Hello friends, the other day I was at my Warhammer store picking up some paint and the free mini of the month, and they have a special event going on called the Beast Feast. Well, I just happened to have a beast that's been waiting to be painted, and so I have pledged to the Beast Feast. I was able to get this cool little token, and so I'm super always excited to get free stuff. So cool token, and then I have pledged the Avalorn, the Stone King, Lumineth, Realmlord, the Big Cow. So the goal then is I have less than 2 weeks now to build and paint this guy so that I can take him to an event, earn the second coin, and basically participate in the Beast Feast. I've not gotten to do the Warhammer store events very often. I'm generally too busy, or there's stuff going on, or I don't have the right model. So I'm so happy that I actually had a model I could use to participate, and I'm actually available that Saturday. So I'm going to be participating in the Beast Feast for the first time. And what Beast Feast is it's an event where everybody brings in a monster, and then they have a fun scenario you can play, use your tokens, and have a good time. So I am going to build not Avalorn, but I'm going to build the alternate sculpt. I want to build Alarith, Spirit of the Mountain, because I really like that hammer. That is a really sweet hammer. And so that's the goal, is to build this guy right here. And then I have 1 week to do it. I have 1 week to build and paint this guy. So super excited about that. It's going to be quite a project, but I will let you build along with me here, and so you can enjoy my rambling while I assemble him and get ready to participate in the event. This is a model that's been on my wish list a long time, ever since I saw it. I showed my wife the Big Cow, and she said, "You got to buy the Big Cow." And so, ironically, this is the reason I got into Lumineth originally, which is about a year ago now. Is I had some points on Miniature Market, I believe, and then they did their times 10 point sale, so I was able to get this guy for a crazy good deal. Normally, I try not to buy minis that are over $100, but I had, I want to say, $80 in free points from Miniature Market, and so I was able to get this guy at a great deal. And so $80 off is a wonderful deal, because they also offer, I think it's 12% off as well, too. So it's like 12% off plus $80 in store credit. Couldn't say no to that. And so that's how I got this guy at an absolute bargain. So keep an eye on Miniature Market, because I know they do the sales, but they don't do Warhammer sales as near as much as they used to. They've changed ownership, and I think they'll still do it this year, but we'll see. But usually once a year they'll have a bonus points if you buy GW, and then another sale where your points are worth 10 times the amount or 8 times the amount or something. So we'll see if they keep doing the sales or not, because I know they've switched up ownership. I haven't ordered from them in a while. Normally, if I'm going to order from anybody, it's usually Warpfire, and I know they have a point system as well too, though I haven't really used it much. It's mostly just like you spend, like, it's $10, $20, you get $1 off or something like that. I don't know. But wherever you can save a few bucks, save a few bucks. That's what I say. And I know they do the full 15% discount, so that's nice too. And then I have a bunch of friendly local game stores that I like to visit and rotate around between to see what they have in stock and what promos they're running. So someday I've got to make a video where I list all of the places I found discounts. If you're interested in that video, leave it in the comments, and I'll make a video talking about everywhere you should look for discounts. All right. This is going to be quite the painting challenge. You can see all the tiny details on the filigree on these guys. Trick with this stuff is going to be absolutely going as gentle as I can on the primer, and then as gentle as I can and as thin as I can with the paint. If I do that, shouldn't lose any detail, and then it'll look great. Feels like a lot on these sprues, but I know it builds 2 different models, so I really only need half of it. All right, so step 1 is make sure, looking at the kit here, and I figure out which set of instructions I need. Is it 1 set or 2 sets? Because sometimes it's 2 sets. All right. Here is this bit. Okay, so it looks like you build the generic body, and then you go back, and depending on which kit you picked, you get the rest. In theory, no, I don't think so. This is just going in full Stoneheart King, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, Spirit of the Mountain up here. Body through the horns. And then, oh, wow. Okay, I see what's going on here. Let me show you. So this guy actually has 2 poses with the same weapon. And so he can actually be mixed up a little bit. I didn't know that. So not only is there a named character version, but there's 2 variants with the hammer. See, I wish I could afford more of this guy, because it'd be fun to have an entire army of hammer cows, right? Who wouldn't want an army of hammer cows? Oh, well. I'll pick a direction and make it happen. Oh, there's more banners that hang on his back. Okay. I feel like I have a good idea how and where this is going. So, start from here. 2A. Building legs. Build the body. Build the chest piece. Tail, armor, back bit. Okay. So, that's where we're going with this. Now we need snippies. Knife. We've got glue and sprue glue. Hopefully don't need too much sprue glue. And then emery board for filing. Okay. Ooh, this guy comes in tiny bits. So when you have to glue a whole bunch of bits together like this, one of the things you can do is try to rotate it. So what I like to do is cut a bunch of pieces out for multiple sub-assemblies and then rotate back and forth between the sub-assemblies. And then while the glue is drying up really good, move on to something else. And so, because otherwise I'll keep fiddling with it and I'll mess something up and make myself mad. I've done that way too many times. All right, here's piece 75. No. Okay, still don't see. Ooh, there's the head cow head. There's a hoof. Hoof. That is hoof 77. And that's the wrong hoof too. Huh. Maybe it's on this side. Don't see it over here, but there's a tail. Okay. The other thing you always got to check is and make sure there's no mistakes. Every so often, one of the instructions is wrong. But that's okay. You just figure out the mistake and work around it. Look first before you glue. Easy as that. Alrighty. There it is. This is saying 58's right here. 58. You know what? I guess that is a hoof, isn't it? I hope he's not too much up on his toes. There we go. And then snip here. Okay. That's 58. So this leg is on this side. Yep, that's a hoof. And then the other one is 57, which is this hoof right here. Yep, and yep, and yep. All right. So 57, 58. We're going to line these legs up, and then I could rotate it back and forth. 41, 42, 43, 44. That should be easy enough, right? Famous last words. Don't see it. It's only 3 sprues, right? Oop, there's 42. Okay, 42 is on my right, which will mean it's his left. Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm gonna clip on the back here like this, so I don't mess it up. Jeez, I am bumping my light, or my phone hold, or my camera holder. There we go. And this is piece 42, so it'll be over here. This is gonna be a tall cow. Here's 43. That's on the other side. I might have to move my camera up. I'm not giving myself a lot of hand room. Let's zoom it out just a little more. There we go. That's better. All right. So that's clipped. That's clipped. And then we gotta go in here. Boop. 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 There we go. Ah, yes. Well, the Lumineth are a pretty cool project, but they are definitely a take your time project because everything is as fragile as can be with as many details as possible. And so I've just already accepted that. I have no plans on painting these guys fast. This is going to be my palette cleanser army. So what I'll do is I'll just paint Lumineth now and again as I have time. I'll grab one. So if I get tired of painting Tau and I want something easy to paint, I'll paint a Lumi boy. Or girl. Some of them are girls. But I have no intention of rushing this army. But I do want to get this army done because this is one of the last armies I need for my big Aegis Sigmar project. So where did that come from? 41. Yes, 41's on this side. And then I need one more. Where'd he go? 44. It's this one right here. So my big idea for Aegis Sigmar, and this will be its own video hopefully at some point, is I want to do a big mega game. I have almost 30,000 points now of Aegis Sigmar after collecting for 3 years. The question is, how do you play with 30,000 points? Especially since about half of that's order and half of that is not order. So I can divide it into two armies, the good versus evil kind of thing. But if you try to put more than a few thousand points on the table, the game just devolves into a punch-em-out slog. I've tried to play a big game before once. I played it at about 10,000 points, and by the end of the game, I was bored. It was just endlessly rolling dice and slow grinding through stuff. And it just wasn't, at a certain point, it wasn't fun anymore. And so the goal is, instead of trying to play one giant mega game that goes for 2 weeks and by the end of it, I'm sick of Warhammer, the goal would be to instead find a way to play a campaign game. Okay, these are not next to each other, and that is maddening. So 30, wow. It's 3 pieces each. So 33 goes to 34 goes to 35, but 33 and 36 are next to each other. Yikes. And so what I want to do is I want to do a giant mega game. But what I'm going to do is design a campaign map and campaign rules and all this other stuff. So that deserves its own video. So keep an eye out for that video if you're interested in how that would go. But I could just see it being really fun. I really love the idea of doing a big campaign. And if I keep the battles to about 1,000 to 1,500 points and try not to go over 2,000, then I can knock out a game or two every day, and it doesn't eat up all my time, and then I don't get bored. But I can keep I want to have a campaign map and permadeath, and, you know, when somebody dies, they stay dead kind of thing. So I can have kind of an elimination. I've done an elimination tournament against myself. That was also really fun. I think most people underestimate how much actual just fun it is to play a tournament against yourself and see which of your armies can beat the other armies. It really is a great time if you have the models and the patience for it. And the more you play against yourself, the more you discover the idiosyncrasies of your army and the fun of your army, and, you know, get some joy out of your army and learn the rules. I think most people are just too quick to run and play and get obliterated playing it against somebody else. Now, if you have a club to play against, by all means, play against your club. Don't just sit at home and play with yourself. But if you can't always make it out to a gaming club or whatever, don't just give up and say, oh, if I can't play against other people, I can't play. Well, no. Play against yourself. Try it out. Have a game. Write your own rules. Solo play is so much fun. I think a lot of people miss out on how much fun solo play can actually be. Tell a story, have a narrative game. It's a good time. 54. All right. Time to find the crotch piece. It's got to be this one, isn't it? No. Looks like there might be 2 cow butts. Those are cow butt cheeks right there. That is the other funny part of mini paintings. How many times you find the butt cheeks. All right. So cow butt cheeks have been identified. Now we can give him some modesty. And then we got to find his little armor plate. Goes over his groin. I think I saw it over here. Might be this one. 29, yep. But I absolutely love playing against myself. I do like playing with friends and having people over, playing against my wife. Or even one of the other things you can do is I have my kids roll the dice, and then I'll play the game and they'll just roll the dice. That's been a good time too. So I haven't gotten to do that as much as I may want. Let's see. But now that I have over half dozen armies, it gets easier and easier to write scenarios and come up with ideas. But I always have this idea in my head of I want to play with everything. And I know that's a crazy idea, but I do it. That's just who I am. Lean into what makes you happy. Lean into what makes it what's just fun. Okay. Oof, they cut the breastplate in half. I hate when they do that. That's going to be a pain to glue my model building instincts tell me that this is going to be absolute nightmare to glue together. Maybe it won't. Maybe no. If I say it will be, maybe it won't. But if I'm like, oh, this will be easy, no, it won't. It's because it's at a weird angle. You just look at it and see that it's at this really slopey bit. There we go. So we're going to put the breastplate down here. So it's 11. There's bit 10. Yep. Jeez, that's going to need trim down. And boop, there we go. All right. So there's the front bit. And there needs to be 2 more. 13 and 12. 13 and 12. There they are. It's got to be these two. Yep. All right. Well, I am excited to build this for the Beast Feast. It'll be fun to go hang out with some other people and play and earn my token or my coin. They usually will give you a cool coin for this kind of thing. So we're going to set the sprues aside and start cleaning this up and then get this first bit painted. Other thing I need to do before I forget. All right, where's my super glue that always betrays me? We've got some magnetization to do. I'm going to put 3 magnets on this guy. 3 sounds like a good number for him. It won't be enough to keep him from like hanging upside down, but it will be enough to at least keep it from sliding if I put it on like a magnetic sheet, which is what I normally do. That'll keep it from going everywhere at least. So blob of glue, blob of glue, blob of glue, and then don't touch it. This stuff is so runny. It says no drip, but this particular bottle has been more drippy than all the other bottles combined. It just is. And then we're gonna drop magnets right in there, and magnet right in here. Now the trick is don't use a metal tool to try to adjust your magnets. I made that mistake once. You want to take the back of a paintbrush or something and tap, 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 tap. Now, I'm going to set this somewhere where I won't bump it, he says, knowing he's going to bump it later. All right, it's up on a shelf. Not going to bump it. Try not to grab it or forget that it's there. But that'll hopefully, once it's fully dry, give you a magnetic base. And then I also want to put some milliput on it just to smooth it out. Whenever you get a bigger base like that, it's nice to have some texture on it so it's not just a flat surface. In the meantime, looks like I got some gating to clean up here. Some sprues and some bits. So now I got to clean all these bits up so that it fits flush. There we go. All right. Try not to lose any detail if we can help it. It's a cool mini, though. I'm looking forward to having this one done. There we go. 1. But yeah. Well, so far I'm 3 months now into YouTube, 3.5 months. It's been going well. Got the first 100 subscribers, so that's awesome. Thank you for subscribing if you're in the OG first 100. And if you're new, that is awesome. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. It is nice. I've been wondering if it will be possible for me to get to 1,000 and how long that would take, because you don't get ad rev till you hit 1,000. And so that is a nice goal to work to. I don't think I would ever want to go full-time on YouTube. I can't see that happening. Short of, as some guys have done, if you lost your job and you were making money anyways. But not planning on a Patreon, not planning on going full-time or doing YouTube as a job. I'd rather keep my hobby as a hobby. But if I can make a few bucks doing this, that would allow me to buy more kits and then buy more equipment, start doing some better tutorials, and just kind of expand things a little bit. So if it happens, that would be awesome. If not, I try to be a content person, so we'll see. All right, that's the breastplate. It's done and ready to go. We'll work backwards here from the cowl body. Ooh, I could feel that digging. I don't like that. That is there we go. Clean that up. And then where do you want to use? Get that off. There we go. Use the back of the knife. Sometimes can help you clean things up. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. But yeah, I've liked making the YouTube videos, and the comments and the kindness of everybody's been just awesome. So I have really enjoyed engaging with all the comments. And I'm sure I've missed a few comments, so if I missed your comment or didn't respond, I apologize. There's just enough that I can mostly see them all and comment on them all, but sometimes I get a couple in a row and I'm in the middle of something, and then once you've like seen it once, YouTube doesn't show it to you again, or if it gets buried by 3 more comments on 3 other videos. So I can't always catch every comment, but the ones I've seen have been really positive and people giving me ideas or asking questions. But I like making these hobby videos, but the videos that seem to be doing the best tend to be more current topics, news related, or the board game review I did really well, and then the video on the Christmas boxes did really well. So I'm kind of debating right now, how much do I want to just lean into hobby content since it doesn't seem to get a lot of views, and how much do I want to lean into it? I have no interest in being a news channel, and I definitely want to stay as a positive voice in the hobby. There's enough negative people, so I have no interest in being negative in the hobby. You know, I'm not going to make videos complaining about stuff, but where I can help people stay encouraged and help people save money in the hobby, I want to make those kind of videos for sure. And then I want to make videos that people enjoy watching too. So if it's interesting to me and people like to watch it, I want to make that kind of content. There we go. Cleaned up the knee pad. So I've been thinking about it quite a bit in terms of what do I actually want to make, and then what will help the channel grow, and then trying to find a connecting point of those things. Because I can't make infinite videos on, you know, the topics that do the best, unfortunately. You can only make so many videos about certain things. But you don't want to just read Warhammer community every week. That's just, there's other people doing it better. It's not that it's wrong to do that, it's just that other people are already doing it and doing it way better than I am, and they've already got an audience for it. And if you already watched a big channel talk about something, why would you watch a little channel doing it? So I don't want to waste my time if I don't have something to add. So I want to provide some value, because one of the things that I've tried to do with my life is not be too much of a hypocrite. So if I wouldn't watch a video, I don't want to make the video. So I enjoy videos of people doing hobbying, so I make hobbying videos, and I enjoy interesting perspectives or unique takes on stuff where it's not just I'm going to read the article and say exactly the think pieces that everybody else has. So for me, when I make a video about the Christmas box, instead of just making a video about, hey, there's Christmas boxes, because somebody else can do that better than I can, analyze points and such, I want to say, hey, for somebody who's trying to save money and see maybe not buy a Christmas box until halfway through next year, which is when I normally buy Christmas boxes, when I have, you know, which boxes will still be around. And that is my unique voice. And so that's what I'm going to lean into. Ooh, look at the mold lines on this guy. There we go. Oh, my hand is cramping up real bad. Ooh, yeah. One of the reasons I like doing this hobby, though, is it forces me to use my hands and get in there. Try not to let my hands get cramped up or carpal tunnel, since I work with a computer. I work in advertising. I like it well enough. It's a lot of strategy, but it's really easy for me to just sit on a computer all day and stare at screens. It's one of the reasons I've slowly fallen off of video games as much as I used to, because I used to love video games, or computer games, I should say. I've always been a computer guy. Never really was into consoles. But this is fun and relaxing. It's nice to just make these little vlogs like this where I can just chat. And I've got actual subscribers now, so I'm not just talking to myself. I know that there's people who will watch this video and listen along and maybe drop a comment, tell me what they're thinking. And then you can hobby along with me and do what you want to do. And who knows, maybe you're prepping for Beast Feast too. And so you can go to your Beast Feast and I'll be at the one at my store. Won't that be fun? All right. Hey, that was it. So 3 piles are done. We have 2 cow feet and a cow lower torso. I should have got one of those charts of how to find all the bits of steak. Could have made a how to eat the giant cow video. Man, there's one model you don't want to have excess gating on. It's this one. Or sprue on, I guess. I keep saying gating. I don't know who I heard that term from, but it's just sounded right. Okay, so there's that. And then something like that. Yeah. All right, there. Gotta be really careful I don't get glue in my hands or it'll smudge details off. There we go. So here we are. And then the downward facing toes go into this bit. Let's see how well it fits. Yeah. This really reminds me of Tree Lord Ancient. One of the things I've learned is if you put the glue on only one side, you'll have to hold it for a little bit longer. Whereas if you put a little bit of glue on both sides, you can generally go a tiny bit faster. But in this case, it doesn't really matter. And then these all need to clip together somehow to make this middle section. All right, there's the knee bit, and then you need 3 bits. All right. Let's do this. There we go. Get that rough bit off. Okay. Whew. See, I didn't number these. I probably should have. Oh, this one needs trimmed, I bet. Yep. Okay. So. Aha, there's notches on it. That makes it easy. Okay, so those two go together, and the other one will fit right in the other spot. So put it on there. Put that there. And then notch in the notch. And that's flush. Hooray! And then there's the little dots. See the little dots? Dots are on the other side. Boop, like that. Give a little push. All right. And then we're going to switch to the other leg and let that leg dry and not fiddle with it and accidentally smudge a detail. Because goodness knows that's something I would do. I'm going to put a little glue here, and here, and here, and here. And flip it around. Okay, is this right or is it the other way? Kind of looks like it should go the other way. But I'm trying not to touch the glue. Oop, nope, it is this way. There, got it. Perfect. Ooh, we're picking up some sprue bits off the table. Don't. See, if it touches the glue, it'll wreck it. All right, so we got that free. Now this bit goes into this bit. So a little glue and cow foot too. Just kind of find the natural falling place of this cow foot. Seems to want to go here. Yeah, because that would be out. Okay, perfect. And then that's done. Don't touch it. Okay. Don't spill the glue either. I did just buy a new one, so I have a second one. But if I spill this, A, it'll stink to like all else. I'll have to leave the room. And B, it'll make a mess. And C, it'll dissolve the legs. And then I'll be ruined and unable to go to Beast Feast. Okay, I see there's little notches. So it goes like that. Quick dry fit to test. A little bit of glue. Glue on that side. Woo! Don't do that. Ugh. I have been so tired this year. It has been a crazy year. There we go. So that's done. And there's the 3 notches. And here's the other bit. Oh, there's a 4th notch. That's all right. I don't need it. This should just lock right into place if I'm correct. Ooh, that doesn't look exactly right, though. It does, but it doesn't. I guess there's that gap here. Yeah. Okay, so it's like layered armor panels. I see it now. See? This and this look the same. So it is correct. It's just a little weird. Okay, pressing those together. So, now we have cow feet. And the next step is to put the knees in. The knees go... Oh, wow. These are weird knees. Cow knees. Okay. Is it really like that? Is it really like that? Can't be. That would be too silly. Okay. So this is clearly the top bit, and this is the going in bit, so it's got to be like this. Hey, there it goes. I felt it. Always dry fit for that exact reason. And then this dry fits right here. county. And I bet the other county will be just the same. Yes? No? Yes. No. Yeah, it does. Wow. This guy's knees stick out a lot. I guess he is part spirit cow. Or whatever it is. Yeah. Those are some counties right there. All right, so counties are go. And then the armor panel. Yeah, ooh, that's a good filling fit. I like the fill of that fit. Goes on here. This is why you rotate back and forth. Boom. Yep. And this will go underneath that other armor panel, thankfully. So, right here, right? Wait. Just like that, yeah. Oh, it's falling. I could feel it. Yeah. And then we gotta put the knee pads on. Wow, fresh Tamiya is stinky, but it's useful. There we go. Oh, it's so nice to be building kits again. Refurbing minis is fun and it saves a ton of money, but it is just something nice about building a nice big premium kit like this. This is something you gotta treat yourself to sometimes. You shouldn't do it all the time because it's expensive, but definitely treat yourself when you can. There we go. So there's the cow legs. The angle looks weird, but we'll see what happens when I get to the body bits. Okay, so we're gonna need this piece, and this piece. This looks really easy to build. Famous last words. So rotate like this, so the butt cheeks go towards the back. Yeah. Shout out to miniatures with big butt cheeks. Oh, I felt glue hit my hand. So you got to dry that off really good. Otherwise, you will blast it. You'll destroy a detail. Every time. Always happens. Okay, so that's going to go there, and then this bit goes here. This is so much like a Tree Lord. The Tree Lord kit is exactly the same as this. Just almost the same piece placements and everything. Yeah, that piece goes here, but it doesn't feel like it really clicks into place. Don't love that. But if we do a little extra glue right here, we should be able to flip it into place. Yeah, that clips. All right, we're gonna let that sit for a second. And then we got to start on this crazy breastplate. So that bit's there, that bit's there. Now for the hard part. The body pieces have to go. Okay, so there's an inner bit here that helps it guide it together. That's not bad. Wow. I want to say the Tree Lord kit, because I built that kit a few times now for my big Sylvaneth army, has a 4-piece chest exactly like this. This looks so similar. So I think they're following the same formula. It's a good formula, though. I recast it using milliput and blue stuff so that I could have extra Tree Lord bodies for the extra weapons and heads and hands and bits. That was a lot of work, but it was worth it because now I have a giant. I called the armor originally Oops All Tree Lords, but I also call it March of the Ents because I love Lord of the Rings. No surprise there. So that goes together like that. Filling my hands, getting glue on them. I have learned to slow down and get the glue off your hands. That is an important thing. Yep, there's that breastplate slippage that I knew was coming. I can see it happening now. Perfect. Just with dry hands, pushing that together. Perfect. All right, so breastplate's ready to go. Cow torso is ready to go. So that'll be here. This will be here. Go cow! Yay! All right. Let's do it. Get some glue in here. And then this will be the side. Yeah, and see, there's a little bit of these mold lines, but if I hit it with a little bit of glue, the mold lines just evaporate. And the mold lines tend to be inside the model anyways, so I'm not going to worry about clearing mold lines on the gaps like that. Now, if it was on a part of the mini that was visible, or on part of the mini that would block it from a flush fit, then you have to. But if you don't have to, you don't have to. So it's all about knowing what's going to go where. You can always run a little bit of the glue on the base anyways, just to, oops. See, this guy's got his legs spread out, so I think it's like this, actually. And it is. It's bovine is what it is. It's these cow legs. There it goes. See, his legs are like splayed out. Really weird. But I guess it makes sense. It's cow logic. Just got to use your cow tools, right? Bonus points if you know that joke. That's an old joke. Yeah. Okay, so he doesn't stand up very good, but it is correct, and his legs do have that weird back arch. It isn't a picture. Just finished my coffee. Okay, and then, so this piece is going on here. Yeah. And this piece goes on here. And dry fit is perfect. And so let's glue. And lo, all the mold lines immediately melted when covered in glue. And it was great rejoicing for not having to scrub more mold lines. Boom. Perfect. Now, without touching the details with the glue. Boom. And boom. Push it together, and then just take this little brush and go whoosh. Dripping some in the gap. And yeah. All right. I'm actually really happy with that. That looks cool. He doesn't stand up, but I wasn't expecting him to. All right, sprues again. You sit over here and glue. Let the glue dry. Close the glue so it stops smelling so bad in here. Then we're back to the sprue. Next up is cowtail. This should be piece 53. Looking for a tail for a cow. There's so many pieces on here that look like they're going to be optional pieces, so I don't think this kit's going to take forever to build. But we're 37 minutes in. That's why I'm glad I'm having this recording, though, because this lets me kind of see roughly how long it takes me to make models. And it'll be nice to go back and watch this in a few years and remember how much fun it was to build these kits. What a good time it was. Because I really do enjoy building this. This is a lot of fun. Just taking a break. Building kits. All right, there's the cowtail. Boom, boom, boom. Some of these kits, though, are paint. This one's a fun one, though. All right, then we need 30, 31, 32, which are armor panels for his legs. More armor panels, 32. That's the back bit. And then the other two are curvy boys. Should be easy to find, and I bet I see them. They're going to be these two, aren't they? Yep. Don't need to mark them there. Almost identical. Boom. And then, and yes. Okay, so this is a step right here. And then the next step is the big armor piece. So we need this guy right here. Yeah, that's the best piece right here. The giant mountain. Can't have a cow mountain without the mountain, right? That's, I think, from the Kieran show, if I remember right. I do enjoy their videos, but I want to say they're the ones who coined the phrase cow mountain. Though I don't know if they got it from somebody else or if that was really their idea. But definitely worth watching the Kieran show. It's two guys named Kieran, and they both paint minis and talk about Warhammer. And I feel like they don't do quite as much filler as some of the other YouTube channels. I hate when I find a 3-hour podcast, and 2 of the hours are just them talking about non-off-topic stuff. Oh, that one's stuck. I thought it was clipped, but it was not. You know, if you're going to do a Warhammer channel, talk about Warhammer. Like, if you want to do a few minutes on life updates, do it, but don't take 2 hours to get to the actual Warhammer content. The other big pet peeve I have is somebody when entitles a video a super interesting topic, and that's just a topic that they talk about like 10 minutes in the middle of a video somewhere. Like, it's not even the actual topic of the video. The topic of the video is just them rambling, and then somewhere in the podcast at some point they had an interesting conversation for 2 minutes, and that's what the video is named after. That is a big pet peeve of mine. It's like, guys, tell me what your video is about. If you have a cool topic, make a video about the cool topic. Don't talk about it midway through a podcast and then expect me to sit through your sports banter. Uh-oh, that was the wrong piece. I don't know where that one goes. That goes into the oops, I cut it too soon pile. Where is the... Here it is. Okay, so it's a much smaller triangle. See, this is what I thought I was cutting with 7. Nope, that's 8. 7 is this one. They're identical. Why are those pieces separate, I wonder? Yeah, so here's 7, and then 8 is that piece with a hole in it. So that's 6. No, it is 6. So 6 is this bit. Okay. So that goes on the front bit, and then the other pieces we need, oh boy, here's where it gets tough. And I may want to cut these one at a time, honestly, because they are real similar real fast. Okay, that's 9. So this builds the collar of the thing, and then I need 18, 20, 21, and 19. 18, 19, 20, 21. If I cut them out and put them in order, and then don't bump them, ha, 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 I can actually pull this off. So let's try it. It's not on this sprue. So we're looking for the little decorative plants. This is 20. Oh, I like this. This is looks like bonsai. I love the bonsai look. That's 20. And here's 20. Nope. 21. Yep, I'm holding upside down. 21. 21. So we're going to go 20, 21. And then I need 18 and 19. Here's 19. They are different enough, I guess. And these aren't as bad as I thought they were going to be. Yeah, and 18's above it, and it's huge. Okay. There's 19. And then here's 20. All right, and 18, yeah. Okay, 20, 21. Ooh, I'm bumping this camera. I've got to get used to working with the camera mount right over my minis. But if I put it too high up, then you guys can't see what I'm doing. I've tried to watch one video there where the camera was zoomed all the way out. It's like, okay, I can't see anything that's happening. So it's hard to watch videos when you can't tell what's happening. Hopefully you guys can see. All right, so we got the rest of this page has now been done. We are coming up on the almost done pages. So let's go step by step here. We have this little pile of detail bits for his body, and then we're going to cut over to the head, or the shoulder mountain garden thing, and then we have all the detail bits, which is a fun little section here. Yep. There we go. It is a Saturday afternoon. It is very warm where I live. I live in Texas, and Texas is very warm this time of year for some reason. Normally it starts cooling off, but it hasn't cooled off. So I wanted to start running, and I wanted to go to the park with the kiddos, but it's just been so hot that it's hard to justify. And I need to clean my garage, especially because I want to do some terrain building eventually, and all my terrain stuff's out there. But even that's been kind of a meh situation just because it's too hot to really enjoy it. I keep hoping every week that it's going to cool off, and it never does. Ugh. Now hopefully soon it'll cool off. There we go. There we go. There we go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. I flattened that out. Sometimes it's better just to use the knife and get it off in one bit. Sometimes it's better just to try to get it smooth with the file. Ooh, I'm real close to my fingers. Okay, that feels better. Yeah. And then we need the shell bits that go underneath. Oh boy, these are flimsy. Try not to break them. There we go. And then, oh yeah, there's some this bit of sprue right in the middle. Because of course there is. Hope my hands don't shake now, because that would be bad. This is so relaxing. There we go. All right, we're making progress. Here's a little crest bit. I swear those two crests are the same. Yeah, it's fine. I don't really care. I'm sure it goes somewhere else on him. Maybe it goes on the head. Surprise me. 3 more pieces and then 4 more pieces. This is easily my least favorite part of building miniatures. I think it's everybody's least favorite part. I've never heard anybody, and I've watched quite a few videos, of anybody saying, oh, my favorite part of building minis is cleaning up the little sprue bits. I'm just off. I just realized I'm off of camera a little bit on that, but you're not missing much. I'm just cleaning the gating off. There we go. All right, so that's done. Let me go over to this side. The nice thing is there's a little target right here, and so I try to use that for positioning my hands over that, because that's like right in the middle of the screen. And so then I don't have to keep checking my camera to see if I'm actually on screen or not. But then I find myself slowly wandering closer and closer to my own body as I go. It's natural, I guess. Oh, jeez. I would get the one kit where the mold lines are a little bit more pronounced. I'm gonna hit most of this, I think, with just a little bit of the glue when I'm done, just to smooth it. Because otherwise, there's no way to get into the tree details. Do some with the back of a knife, but not that much. It looks like a lot of it's just a line that's visible, but I don't think it's actually there. Because when I hit it with the stuff, it doesn't seem to go away. I may have to stand up and walk around, pause the video and walk away for a second just because my hands are so cramped. I don't know what to do about that. There we go. All right. Let's build a cow. First step, bring out the glue. Move this bit up here, out of the way. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4 bits here. All right. Step 1 is the tail. Bloop. And then boop, boop, boop. And then the tail goes like this. Supposedly. Oops, should have dry fit that first. All right, I see it. Yeah. Oop, no. I said yeah too fast. It does hang under his butt like that, though. And then over that is, this is why it's not as important, is the butt plate. Yo. It's fighting me. All right. When in doubt, get a tool to do it. Okay, so that goes in there like that. And these fit so gently over that. Like that. No? Yes. Yes. Like that. And this is kind of curved up a little bit, yeah. Yeah. It's a little silly, but okay. And then those little ball joints, I think, or yeah, that's where the other pieces are going to go. And does it goes back, I think. Yeah. Goes this way. So I'm going to need this. This. And then we put a big blob, big blob of glue right there. Right there. I felt it run a little bit, so I have to be careful now when I pick it up. Put that on there. That on there. And the other one I have to really watch for now is there's a little bit of gapping right here. So, jeez. Good. Oh, I got too much glue on him. All right, let's see if we can do this carefully. If not, I'm going to have to take a break and work on the other sub-assembly. But that's why you get more than one sub-assembly, like I said. Okay, good. That's in place. Wow, that popped right on. Okay. Perfect. Wow, look at all those armor panels. That is complicated. All right. Now, we flip the mountain upside down. Like so. And then these bits go inside with the bigger part of the ridge right here. So this goes like here, it looks like. Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. That is crazy. Yep. That looks correct, though. Mm-hmm. Okay. There you go. And there we go. Yep. Yep. And very much yep. Little glue here. Little glue there. Little glue here. Little glue there. All right. So that gives it a frame now. And then from this frame thing hangs the little jingles. Just this bit and this bit, which I already don't like. I'm going to clean this one up just a little bit more. I can already tell there's a little nub right there that's going to be my way. All right. So this supposedly goes right here. Ugh. Yep. There's always one awful piece on every single kit. This kit is this one. All right. What's the point of this? There we go. There we go. All right. That'll do it. So run the glue right in the crack. Take this bit and apply here so that it lines up. So that it lines up correctly. Yeah, that looks correct, actually. Huh. Jeez, man. Okay. That one doesn't look so bad. Just the other side that was worse. Yeah, that one dry fit the first time. Don't lose any details if you can help it, because it's Lumies. And the Lumineth have too much detail. Because if you're a high elf, you have nothing else to do with your life except for add pointless details to stuff. And that's why no one likes the elves. I tease. There we go. Well, they need to bend around a little bit more later. That's fine. Okay, so next piece is the crest. That just pops right in. Jeez. Everything was that easy, right? Okay, so the crest is done. And this fits in right here. So we get some glue on it. No, I can see the glue on it, so I'm trying not to touch it. Ah, did you see that? I gotta start clearing off these little gate bits. Whoa! Hold to your horses there, buddy. These little gating bits or sprue bits are just starting to drive me crazy. All right, So that's in place. That's in place. That's all correct. Boom. Done. All right. Next bit is the cover piece that goes here. It's supposed to be here. And so it looks like actually one more little. There we go. Keep it smooth. There we go. So a little bit of glue here and here, and then a little glue on the other side. Boop. And this just fits right in there. Easy as can be. No controversy, no problems. Doesn't knock 10 other pieces off while it goes in. Or does it? What the snack? Why does that not even look close to right? Something looks wrong about that. I don't even know what it is. Because the next picture shows it different. It's the correct piece. What does it want to do, though? Because with this piece here, it doesn't go in. All right, we're turning the page and seeing what we can find out. Yeah, it's supposed to lie flat and be his neck. Yeah, it's supposed to go down like that. Well, I jinxed myself on that one. Yeah, this doesn't fit at all. All right, let me check sprue number 9. No, it came off the right spot. I clearly snipped number 9. Wait a second. Well, look at the picture. Okay, yes, it does go behind the rock. What if instead of focusing on the top bits, I focus on that point? Because that's a point of gluing. There it goes. Oh, it goes above it. See, that's a big brain move right there. Boom, beautiful, perfect, and correct. Sometimes all you have to do is think about it differently. All right, so this piece is going to be 18. Nope, this is 19. It goes on the back, apparently. Do that one last. You got to do 18 first, which is the big guy. So this goes here. Yeah, the 19 is right behind it. Okay. There we go. And then we put the rock right here. And we run a little bit of glue on it. Try to get rid of some of that gapping. Just get that nice melt going. And then give it a little push. Perfect. And then while we're back here, shove this bit in. What is that sprue doing right there? I thought I could swear I could clean this one already. That's better. Okay, so this bit just goes in that hole, I think. Yes. Okay. And then what we're going to do is just run some glue on it till it stops looking like random pieces and looks like one big happy mountain. The nice thing is once I paint it, you won't be able to tell that it was a bunch of pieces. Okay, and then the 20 bit goes over here. Oh, these fit together really satisfying. Extra glue. Whoa, I don't think I clipped the. I don't know if I cleaned these sprues. I think I did. I was just going fast. Good enough. Yep. Boom. And get this side. Missed one on this one too, because of course I did. There we go. Didn't cut myself. That's always a win. I think everybody has to cut themselves at least once to learn to be safe. Unless you're just a super cautious person, which I am not, by nature anyways. But after having cut myself enough times, I've learned to be more careful. And that is a good life lesson right there. that looks so cool. I cannot wait to paint that. That's gonna be so much fun to paint. Let's run some glue into it. Get rid of those mold lines. Perfect. Okay, so that's gonna ride on top of this guy in a second here. Yay, that's the next thing we're painting. Okay, so it says to make sure you glue here. Now, I am going to subassemble the arms. I think I'm gonna have to do that, unfortunately. There we go. But the less sub-assemblies I have to do, the better. Oh, look how cool this guy is. And this is a big model. This is a big model. I like this. This guy's big. Now, more glue. And I might have to screw glue this, honestly. Because I kind of think that's going to have to be how this goes. I don't want to have to sprue glue, because sprue glue, if it oozes, permanently will kill it. But there we go. There we go. Just be strong, Mr. Cow. Yeah, now we're talking, Mr. Cow. Perfect. Okay. Now for the fun bit. Let's do a head. So, cow head. We need a cool cow head. And his horns. Don't see it on this sprue. There's the other cow head. Is it over here? There's like nothing left on this sprue. Yeah, ain't gonna be there. Wow. This one mixes the kits together a lot. Okay, there he is. He's over here. That's interesting. Some of the kits, if you have an alternate build, will put all of the alternate build bits in one spot on the sprue. This one is just absolutely hodgepodged. Pros and cons of that. But obviously the numbering system is silly. So it's not like you can just follow the sprue to find something. Okay. There's the head. We're doing good. And then we need his two little bits. The tips of his horns, because they're separate for some reason. I guess just to give it some more volume and so the sprue won't break. I do appreciate that they think about that, but it does make it hard to find sometimes. There's rocks that have paw marks in them. I'm wondering if I should have built the alternate legs just so I could have some rocks, because that would have been really nice to have underneath him. Yeah, the tactical rock's not here. Oh, whatever. I can build my own tactical rock. We have tactical rocks at home. Let's see. It's going to be small. Bet you I'm there on this sprue. Yep. Every time. Okay. 49 and 48 are these two little guys here. So, this is 48. And this is 49. And do not mix them up. There we go. We'll see if I do or not. Oh, once again, we're having to cut and clean these just microscopic bits. There we go. Gouged it a little bit, but it's not that bad. No one will notice once it's painted. And if it is noticeable, I can always run a little bit of sprue glue in there and beef it back up. Okay, I'm going to cut my fingers on that. I'd rather not be bleeding right now. I'm sighing like this because it helps me relax my hands. My goodness, this thing's slippy. There we go. There we go. All right. I wonder if it's worth leaving the head off. Oh, there's that big piece 14. I think this is his back bit, actually. It looks like... Yeah, I think this is the bit that goes on the back. Yes, it is. Perfect. Well, I'm glad I have it clipped now. Yeah, it's the only piece in that step, too, so I can just go ahead and do that. Sweet. So let's clean this up. There we go. And there we go. Here we go. All right. The back of the knife trick really works well. I'm so glad I learned that for clearing up when you have this really rough texture. If I don't even at least break up most of it, it makes the rest of it more bearable. There we go. There we go. There we go. Without gouging. All right, and so for the tips of his horns. Bloop, 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 bloop. Mm-hmm. Big cow. No. I don't know, it just looks a little weird. I don't think it's wrong. I think it's just kind of weird looking. They're not perfectly even though, you know? Like, this one needs to angle up a little more. Yeah, that one angled up a little more when I tapped it. Okay. And so how does this connect? Because I don't remember ever. No, there's no steps that add a neck piece. Is this just... Okay, there has to be a neck piece. Oh, we're going to do the neck in the next bit. Because the neck can... There's two different necks. That's why. And then this is the back piece right here. And it goes like that. And looks so much better. Okay. So. Zip. And zip. And then. Probably could have put a little more glue on the back bit too. Whatever. Press. Press, press, press. There we go. Oops. Let's get that little bit right there off her little maybe. Ooh, ooh. So this is why you want to clean it before you get on the model. All right, that presses in here. We're gonna flip them upside down. Just drip some glue inside. Give them a good shake. No one will know. Yes. Okay. So body's done. Head's done. Only thing left to do is to build the weapon. And I'm gonna make mine kind of more of a left-handed, I guess. So the green side, that'll be the green build, the B build. Just to be different, and because I'm left-handed, if you haven't obviously figured it out already. So 67, 68 for that neck. There's 67. Cow neck. 67. And then we need 68. 69. Oh, 69 we're going to need a second anyway, so let me go ahead and cut that while we're here. There we go. Ooh, just past the hour mark of recording. This guy did take time to build. So we're looking for piece 70. And 68. 60, 61, 80, 79. How many necks does this guy have? Jeez. 68. Here it is. 68 is this neck bit right here. Okay. After this, we're going to need to build gauntlets and the hammer, and we're done. Oh, I'm so close to done. But yet, so far. About 30 more minutes, I think. There we go. There we go for the neck. And so the neck just apparently lays right in there. You know what? I think I am going to glue the neck. I don't know. Should I glue the neck in and keep the head separate? Or, you know what? Let's do it this way. This way it looks much better. I'm going to keep the head separate so I can paint it right. And it'll be pretty easy to glue that into that. Yeah, that's going to be better. Yeah. That is a good decision, I think, right there. Because then that gives me, let's get a little lid here. That gives me something easy that I can prime up and paint and not have to hold the entire mini, and then I can make the face look really good. There we go. So there's his head. We're gonna do that later. Put a little sticky tack right there to keep it from getting too messed up when we prime. And then the arms are in the arm slots. Best we can get them. Well, there's no way to really show you that, but it's way down under there. The other thing I'm gonna do is I just wanna put a drop of glue here. Now that I can actually see this thing, I feel like this should have gone on later anyways. There we go. And then a drop right here to get rid of this gapping. There we go. There we go. Perfect. The jingly bits. Ugh. I don't really like that detail, but there's no way to really replace it. If I could kit bash it, I would, but I can't. And I accept my limitations. There we go. And this goes here somehow. Should have dry fit that one more time, but that's okay. I'm not getting any older, or not getting any younger. Yeah, no, it goes in like that. Like I can see it. There it goes. Sometimes you just gotta flip stuff upside down and try it again. There it goes. I gotta just let that sit. See, I'm glad I'm doing this now. Because nope. There we go. Okay. Boom. There's arms with slots. Okay. To the gauntlets. 25, 26 is one side. Once again, they're not next to each other. They're halfway across the world from each other. 25, 27. So 27 goes on the other side here. There we go. So it's 27 over here, 25 over here. And then I need 26. Here it is. 26. 26 goes with 25. Yeah, so they're in completely different order. 26 goes over here, 25 goes over here. 28? 28. 28, yes. There. So those will go together. And then after that, we just have to build the giant hammer. Let's go ahead and get that done. Looks like there's multiple hammerheads in here. 46, 45, where I'm doing the big hammer. Almost done. Boom. 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 Oh, come on. Don't cramp on me now. There we go. So there's the big hammerhead. And then it's 71 and 72. That is a fancy hammerhead. I need to upgrade my snips at some point. I like these snips, but they're starting to wear out. And they only have so much use. 72. See, this shaft is complete. What if I should have used a different hand direction? 72. It's fine. Too late to go back now. 72. Okay. So there's the hammer. There's two sets of gauntlets. That's all lined up. Only other thing left on this whole kit is the back banners. Apparently, he's also secretly a Space Marine. Banner 17 is right here. Objectively, a pretty cool detail, though. Banner 17. That's the middle one. So we'll set it in the middle. And then I need to find 15, 16, and I'm done. 15, 16. Last set. All right. I think they're right here. 16. Clip. 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 All right. 15. Right? 15, 16, and I'm done. Oh, yeah, this is 43. That's not even close to right. I thought this was 16. It looks like 15. What did I just do? No, it's 16. I was 16. I flipped the sprue upside down is what I did. Confusing myself. It's time for more coffee. The one downside of doing these hobby hangout videos is that I want to get through it so I don't take long breaks to go get something to drink. But then I also get stuff done and I don't get distracted and then leave it for 2 days. All right, here we go. One. There we go. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to finish this guy up and finish this video. And then hopefully I'll make a painting video in a few days here. And we'll get him painted for Beast Feast. That'll be really fun. Boom. Boom. All right. And then I'll have it all nicely documented. There we go. Jeez. What is up with the sprue? I want to say I heard somewhere that that's how you can tell when the mold was getting a little bit done, when the mold lines get really bad like this. Oop, don't cut your finger. Made it this far. When you start getting the sprue getting it, just means the mold was starting to run out, needed replacing soon. That's what I've heard anyways. I don't know if it's true or not. But back of the old X-Acto knife. Every time. That's not bad at all. All right. Now this is the one that really matters. We gotta smooth out the hammerheads. All right. My hands are cramping so bad right now. It is worth being done just for my hand cramps. But it's good to push yourself. All right. 3 more things to trim, and then we'll be done. And that's these back banners. And they trim easy. I don't seem to have bad mold lines. Thank God for that. All right. All right. All right. There we go. There we go. The other question is, do I want to wait on these? I think the answer is actually no. I'm going to do the hands. I got to do a break somewhere in the hands so I can get to paint the chest and paint it and not have to paint past this hammer, because that sounds terrible. But I think I'll put the banners on. I think we'll get the banners on. Okay. Done. Oh, it feels bad. Feels good to be done. All right. So these clip together somehow. Looks like that. Okay. Excuse me. I'm hungry. I'm grilling today too, so, or smoking. I'm smoking pork belly right now. So Dinner is still a long ways off, but I do need to go check on my smoker here once this project's done. I love to cook. I love to smoke, and I love to use my grill when I get the chance. Okay, there's the hands. Here's this. Ugh. There we go. And then let's glue that together like that. Boom, boom. Yep. Ah! This one fights you. There it goes. No? There it does not go. There it goes everywhere where it's supposed to go. But try not to touch it too much, because I don't want to smudge the details. But it also wants to fight me, so whatever. All right, so that's almost done. And then we're going to get the hammerhead, which thankfully you paint separate. Or build separate. Okay. And done. And sadly, I won't have much of a finished model to show you at the end of this. But I will have a built model. I will just have to do the last little bit. All right, that slides right in. Oh, that is satisfying. There we go. Boom. All right, hammer is officially done. Body's done. Head's done. We're going to put the arm bits on the arms like this real quick here. And then we are wrapping this video up. Oh, no! Or no, maybe we're not. I thought he was almost done. Oh, well. Well, I'm glad. Appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. That really does help me out. And I will see you in the next video. This video is just about done. And in the next video, he will be primed up. And we will start painting this guy before next Saturday. So there is a deadline on this one. Ooh, there we go. All right. I think I'm going to call this video here, and thank you so much for watching. I'll put the last little bits on and get him primed. Have a good one. Bye.